You know, artificial intelligence is completely changing the world of family history. So, in this explainer, we're going to dive into how this incredible technology is shaking things up for genealogists and, more importantly, how we can all use it the right way. I mean, think about it. For centuries, family history meant squinting at this faded, super curly handwriting, or trying to puzzle out a document in another language, or just spending days and days sifting through records. Well, now AI can do a ton of that heavy lifting in seconds. It's almost like having a whole team of superhuman researchers right at your fingertips, finding connections we might have missed for decades. But, and this is a big but, with all that incredible power comes a real catch. For every amazing new lead the AI digs up, there's a risk of it just making things up. Its incredible speed is matched by its potential for hidden biases. And its ability to analyze just mountains of data can make us way too confident in what it says. It really is a classic double-edged sword. So this is the big question for every single one of us doing this work today. How do we actually use this amazing tool to find the truth about our ancestors without getting led down the wrong path? Well, the answer is in a set of clear guiding principles. Okay, so let's start with the absolute foundation of all family history: truth and evidence. I want you to think of AI as this incredibly eager, super fast research assistant. It'll bring you giant piles of information, but it doesn't always check its facts. Our job is to be the senior researcher, the one who has to oversee all of its work. So our first principle has to be accuracy. An AI can state something that is completely wrong with the exact same level of confidence as something that's a proven fact. And that's why our number one job is to treat everything it gives us as a clue, never a conclusion. We have to verify, and then verify again. So what does that actually look like? It means we've got to go back to the original sources. Does the clue the AI gave you actually line up with the census records? Can you find it in the vital records, a birth, marriage, or death certificate? Does it match what's in a will or a land deed or a military file? These are our sources of truth. This right here is the key takeaway, and it's so important to remember. AI is there to help you, to give you ideas, to point you in totally new directions, but it is never, ever the final word. The final word always comes from the evidence. And this leads us right into our next principle: humility. And it's not just about us being humble, it's about recognizing that the AI has no humility at all. It literally doesn't know what it doesn't know. It will speculate or even just invent things. Some people call these hallucinations, and it'll present them like they're facts. We have to be the skeptical ones in the room. So, the most important point here is this: just because the AI sounds certain, that means absolutely nothing. Let me say that one more time. Confidence is not proof. And this, well, this just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? The AI can process and it can suggest, but we, the human researchers, are the ones who have to apply context, weigh all the conflicting evidence, and, in the end, make the call. We are always in charge. Okay, so once we've done all our research, of course we want to share it. And this brings us to our second big set of principles. These are all about our ethical duties when it comes to sharing what we found and protecting people's privacy. First up is disclosure. Trust is absolutely everything in the genealogy community. So if you use an AI tool to help write a family story, or restore an old photo, or even just summarize your research, you should be open about it. It's all about honesty and just letting people know how your work was created. And the good news is, this doesn't have to be some big, complicated thing. A simple, clear note, just like this one, is usually all it takes. It maintains that trust, and it's not a huge burden. All right, next is privacy, and this one is a really big deal. Our research often uncovers details about living people, and sometimes those details are sensitive. We have to be so careful about what we upload into AI tools, especially because we might not know exactly how they're using our data. Always protect personal information. This is just the perfect summary of our duty here. Our whole goal is to uncover the stories of those who came before us, but we can't ever do that at the expense of the privacy and safety of the people who are still here with us. All right, our last section is all about us. It's about our responsibility to be informed, smart, and law-abiding researchers as we navigate this new AI world. Look, these AI tools are changing all the time, which means our education can't just stop. To get better at using them, we have to learn how to ask better questions, to understand their weaknesses, like bias and those hallucinations we talked about. And yes, we have to actually review the privacy policies and terms of service. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The more we learn about how these tools work, the more powerful and responsible our own research becomes. Curiosity is our absolute best guide here. And last but definitely not least is compliance. AI does not give us a free pass to ignore the rules. We still have to respect copyright, we have to follow the terms of service for the websites we use, and we have to play by the rules of the archives and libraries. This is such a great way to think about so many things in the digital world. An AI might be able to scrape an entire website or use a copyrighted photo, but that doesn't mean we are allowed to do it. The old rules still apply. So, we've talked about truth, about ethics, about our own responsibilities, and all of these ideas come together in one final overarching principle. This really sums up our entire mission as genealogists in the age of AI. This is it. This is the balance we all have to strike. We should absolutely embrace AI as a fantastic tool to speed up our work and to share our family stories with more people than ever. But it is always, always just a tool that serves the core values that have always defined good genealogy: evidence, ethics, and truth. At the end of the day, this amazing power is in our hands. Our family's story is this precious inheritance, and it absolutely deserves to be told with care, with respect, and with accuracy. So the real question for all of us is, how will you use these new tools to honor that legacy?